Biscuits can be a little bit of a challenge, not because they are difficult, but because we have high expectations of how exactly they should taste and what the texture should be. These were baked this morning in the Haines 2 solar cooker and are a huge success, so I'd like to share the process with you. First, I'll show you the baking process, and at the end of the video, the recipe I used will be included in case you want to try it. We mixed up the biscuits and put them in the oven with it oriented properly at the very first possible moment of the day when the sun reached our cooking spot. This piece of video is shaky because I'm standing here holding the camera so that you can watch the temperature rise in real time. The day is headed for the middle 90s, but at this point it's 85-ish. And that's what the thermometer read when we started. And it is rising while we watch. I said in real time, but I have actually sped up the film to twice its normal speed, which is all I can do with the software I have, so that you can see it quickly. I stood here for about 2 minutes filming, and that's what you're watching is 2 minutes progress, but you're watching it for about 1 minute. It's made it to over 100 now, and by the time the clip ends, it gets over 125. The point is, this oven heats up fast. 12 minutes in, we're at 175 degrees, 30 minutes, 230, 40 minutes, 240, and the biscuits are plainly almost ready. 45 minutes from putting them in, I took them out. At this point, the oven was 250 degrees and the biscuits were done. Very nice performance from the Haines 2 cooker. So, of course, we buttered and ate the biscuits. These are the ingredients I use. The soy protein is optional. You can replace that volume with flour if you would rather. Here are the proportions that work for us. We are using spelt flour because that's what we could get during lockdown. It turns out we like it. I've made biscuits almost identical with most kinds of wheat and wheat-type flours. Coconut oil may be shifted to other kinds of shortening if you prefer it, and as mentioned, the protein powder can be omitted. 1 scoop is a scant 1/4 cup if you need to know that. I still combine all the ingredients with a fork, as I was taught to do eons ago, until they resemble what was described as coarse crumbs. That's how I learned to think of it, and it works great still. Then incorporate just enough water to get the dough to hold together. And I divide this amount into 4 lumps to make 4 biscuits. There's nothing wrong with rolling them out and using a biscuit cutter if you like to, but patting them into shape works nicely too. Then into the oven they go. I was able to make a little space in the middle so as to sit the thermometer inside the cooking chamber, and that is where the temperatures given earlier in the movie came from. The texture of the biscuits was delightful, just moist enough with a great crumb. Yummy.